I presume all of us are chartered accountants. I myself, I am a chartered accountant, and with permission, I am sharing that. So if you could just put in the chat box, those who are CA, they could just write they are practicing chartered accountants, and any of you who is from the business side, an entrepreneur and owner of the business, he or she could just write the business that they are looking after. So I'll just take a minute to see your messages, that if all of us are chartered accountants in practice, so we'll keep our discussion at that level. So that will keep the intensity very high, because uh, within TallyPrime, these features allow a lot of capability to all of us to do real good audit through use of the system that is available. So just waiting for your messages. Okay, Aman. So Aman, I know. Thank you, Aman. So Aman is a CA. Yes. Birendra from Guwahati. Okay. Birendra, oh, so you are from I had the pleasure of going to Guwahati at least twice, and once I did visit Kamakya temple at the top of the hill. Waiting for few more updates. The net problem video are clear, and keep your questions up during the session. So we'll have issues on that. Okay. So I'm just sharing the.
अब मैं कुछ भी नहीं ले रहा बेटा, अब हमारी मीटिंग चालू होगी.
Okay, Vinayji, I had to unmute mute you twice. So thank you. Now, so we are starting the session, and the presentation will be basically in 2/3 parts. First, a very small brief on the new Tally Prime that Tally has launched this month, November. Some few features from that, and we'll keep our core discussion on how we can do actually a very good audit through use of the capabilities available in Tally Prime, as well as the last version of Tally ERP. What if you have been using that? So those capabilities are available there and here also. Our focus basically will be how to use the capabilities within the software to do a very good audit, more on the scrutiny part, data analysis part, so that our effectiveness and efficiency for the audit goes up. I'll again request all of you to put your queries during the session itself. Please don't wait for the session to come to its end. You can always put your queries in between the session itself. And then we had a good discussion with Deepak. Deepak is from Tally itself, and I've been knowing Deepak since last 15-20 years. Tally, I need to thank Tally for giving this opportunity to me to be able to share my experiences over the period of time. So there is nothing that is so exceptional, so new that I have, but I have got some experience since last 20 years. We have been using Tally, so that it's basically experience sharing. So, and that will is going to add to the knowledge part of the transaction. So let us go ahead with this and let us start the session itself. The two or three parts of the session. First, intro, some brief on TallyPrime, then data analysis, then two additions I need to do about a concept of remote audit. So that is available in ERP, that is available in any version of ERP and available in Prime itself. Now, remote audit means what? I'll be sharing with you when we go to that session, and we'll keep it very practical, no theory. So let us start the basic session, and then as we go ahead, uh, you you can always ask your queries in between. Now, so I've just started this presentation. I'll request you to just keep the chat on, so that if you could just ping me about is the video available, Deepak? If you could say it is there, slides is available.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Thank you. Thank you. So let us start Tally Prime. Now, see what basic changes have been done in Prime is two or three means of all the changes that will be there. So this session will be very, very small to be able to highlight or bring about all those changes. But few very critical changes which have been brought is making simple more simpler. So the core has been like that. Then they modified change. The Yes, this is exactly what they have tried to do. Tally has put a lot of effort in simplifying further, providing more flexibility, giving fresh look and feel. So we'll have it practically itself. So fresh look and feel. I'll just bring Tally screen to you and see how Tally Prime works about. If you could just ping in the chat box, how many of you have how many of you have used Tally Prime? If you could just update that on the chat box. Anyone who has used Tally Prime before today's session? Okay, so I'm just bringing the Tally, not used yet. Okay, Aman, thank you. So let me bring the Tally Prime slide. I've kept it with here. I'll just bring that to you. So here it is. Yeah. See, this is how it looks. If the visibility is there. Yeah. So this is the fresh look and feel of Tally Prime, the way it has been redesigned, reconfigured. So it gives the color combinations have been made more soothing, that we can all see. Then if you see, there are a lot of redesigning, like the whole company related information comes in the top bar. So it's here. So top bar you can see. Previously it was part of your menu at in the gateway of Tally. Now all that data is available at the top. Then syncing of data, data split, exchange. You have a branch factory, you can sync data, import export features, emails, printing. Then Tally has added something called as a self repair. One of the key features that we'll find time to share is this go to feature. So go to, you can type and search. So whatever you are doing, you can just type and search through this go to feature within Tally. So whatever job you are doing, you can go there and search. So that is just a brief on how the simplicity has been, how the look has been changed in Tally itself. Then making it more simple. The core of this has been to allow the access to business data comfortably, and you can go, you can see multiple reports from that same screen. You can go to one on Tally Prime. Our focus has to be on Tally Audit today itself. So so let us see how this. go-to feature helps us. Okay, audio is not there. Okay, let me just recheck.
Sir, in between it was gone. Maybe some due to internet glitch, but right now it's okay.
Okay. So let us see how we could use this multitasking within TallyPrime. Okay, so here it is. So just say that I am entering a voucher, and suppose a phone call comes to me and my boss or my senior, he or she is asking about a ledger balance. So I have to do nothing. See, just remember, previously when you're using Tally and you're making an entry, and suppose your boss asks you, or auditor or chartered accountant asks, I want this report, then what you have to do? Escape, go to gateway of Tally, and now here you can you say it. Then the boss says, no, 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 I want to see the balance sheet. Okay, so you get the balance sheet also. Then the boss says, no, I want to see some ledgers or ledger reports outstanding. So, okay, so there are the outstanding. Now, from the voucher, you have seen profit and loss account, balance sheet, vouchers. You forget how it went, but then don't worry, TallyPrime keeps a track of it. So you escape, you come to the balance sheet, you escape, you come to the profit and loss account, and you escape where you come to where you left out. So that comfort of using it, generating reports, need based, wherever we want, that comes through it very comfortably. So that go-to is one of the most, I personally say, one of the killing features that Tally has brought, and it has to make it absolutely comfortable for all of us to see multiple reports as we require, as we need. So you, and then you need not remember, you just type. I'll show you when we go to audit part. I'll show you that through here itself we can see what reports, audits we are going to do, how to search. So you type anything, like let me type cash. Now whatever cash things are there, they will be displayed. You select which cash part you want to have. I press audit. It tells me all audit things what are here. So this go-to is a phenomenal search capability which has been brought in Tally itself, and you can do it through mouse. You can use two different commands to use go-to. You can use Alt G. So when you use Alt G, it keeps the track of the previous vouchers, the status of the screen from where you went to go to. But then you are not needing that. You can use Control G. So if you use Control G and go to a report, if you escape, it will take you back to Tally. So this is to gateway of Tally. This go-to feature is one of the phenomenal features which Tally has brought in this new Tally Prime version. Multitask conveniently that we talked about. Then top bar that I showed to you. So it allows you to open fast on short key basis. New shortkeys have been added, and you can access your things data very fast. Previously, and what key difference is there in creation of masters. Now, see, if you recall, specific select and create. Now, see, let me create a master, see what happens. As I say master, see, it asks me whether you want to create a group master in accounts, a ledger master. So all masters are listed, which one you want to select. So they've changed the index to it, how it has been indexed. So that is again a very good change in terms of the usability for the user itself. In fact, I always feel that lot and lot of user feedback Tally has taken and brought into this system. Then you can filter out things, change exceptional transactions very well. We'll see it through Tally Audit. Now, this was basically a very small introduction on TallyPrime, but then today we basically want to focus on Tally Auditor tool. Okay, so rather than doing it here, I'll just give you the basic agenda, and then we'll directly go to Tally. We'll do it practically. Keep your questions on. Tally has brought great analysis capability within Tally itself. And if we find time, because a lot of things in 1 hour just can't be done, it can be just a very brief overview of so many capabilities the software has. So if we find time, I'll show you how you can use Tally to have an analysis that can help you detect indications of fraud. So it's phenomenal. And see, most of I presume we are all SMP, small medium practitioners, and most of our clients are SME, small medium enterprises. And of all the clients, we have 90% of our clients use Tally itself. So how to create this capability of analyzing data on Tally itself, because our clients are they send us those data files which they expect us to review. So how you can do a very intelligent analysis on those data files. So let us go ahead with that. I'm shifting to Tally. Our whole discussion now will be through Tally itself. We'll come to PowerPoint virtually at the end of the session from now onwards. So here is Prime. So let us start from the, now see, when you, just one more update on Prime. See, if you look to the screen, there are 3 companies available here. And of the 3 companies, for one company, it is showing migration required. So this is again a new feature. If the company has not been migrated to Prime, it will tell you that migration is required. So let me press for this company now. So this is very, very important. Before you migrate to Prime, kindly ensure that you keep the data, ERP data separately, because once data has been migrated, you cannot go back. It is like making curd out of milk. So once you make curd, you cannot go back to milk. So whenever you migrate to Prime, keep your ERP data separately. Once you are attuned, once the Prime usage is good for you, then you can continue using on Prime, but without keeping backup on ERP data backup. Don't convert the whole data to Prime, because once you come to Prime, then you will not be able to go back to ERP backup. So I'm not doing it right now, just showing this, that this is how you migrate. And it's a seamless migration. No issue comes, it gives you a warning that you need to give a backup separately. So let us go to the companies. So one company I've just opened. Okay. Now I want to open another company. So let us see. Let us go to company. Yeah. So here is my company. Yeah. Okay, I need to do something. Okay. Now, this is my company. Let us go to, we want to learn about data analysis. So let us go there. Okay. Thank you, Birinda Jajodia. And then there's a query by Aman. Sir, if my client gives me data for Tally, audit in Tally 9 or ERP, yes. Without, you don't upgrade to Prime, so you'll have ERP. And because we have 2 systems, so you use on your ERP, your client, if your client, it is basically what your client is using. So as time passes, most of the clients will convert to Prime. And when they send your data, that will be through TallyPrime. So as an auditor, we will have to use TallyPrime. So because this is going to be a transition phase, your client, if gives you data on ERP, then you as auditor can open on Prime, because this data need not be given back to, that will be an auditor's data. So you can migrate and use it on Prime, but there is a basic issue in migrating clients' data on Prime. That is, the data's integrity becomes integrity in terms of the data master definition as captured by Prime. That will become a validation issue. So as of now, today, if the client is giving on ERP, you open on ERP. If client gives on Prime, you open on Prime. So that will be based on what your client is the system that your client is using. Okay. Now, so we want to go to audit. Now, so I want to do data analysis. So I don't know where it is. So let me search data analysis reports. See, it tells me. In fact, this is like your mobile phones. I always tell that you must dial, you must not select, always dial phones to your nearest and dear from the phone pad. Don't select it from the list as it comes. See, because what is happening as we start selecting from the list, our remembrance go bad. We start losing the memory for those very important numbers. We must always dial it from the numpad rather than selecting it from the alphabetic sequence or numeric sequence. Always dial it. And this is something that Tally is going to do because now GoTo is there. So see, I could have taken it from the table menu, the gateway of Tally, but I decided to take it from GoTo because the comfort of using GoTo is very, very high. So see, this all data is there. This all analysis can be done. We'll do it one by one. I'll tell you each of this is going to have importance to you in your stat audit, tax audit, ledger scrutiny, reporting. Each line can be discussed in huge detail. I'll just try to give brief to you on of all the lines that we have here. Okay. Now, see, we'll have question answer. Even if, see, we are a small audience, but we can improve the quality of discussion by good question answer sessions. So let me ask questions. Based on this four data it is showing. Accounts squared off during the year, 41 ledgers. Not used, 10 ledgers. Only balances, no transaction, means opening balances, no movements. Only used in the current year. Can you just put it in chat which issues each of this point tells you to scrutinize? Let us do it like this. So it will make it very interactive and very learning for all of us. And if any one of you wants, sir, I want to speak, then I'll unmute you also and you can speak. But you have to be very specific, short and sweet. 4 points. Each point has a relevance to an audit, and you have to tell me to which audit it relates to. Yeah. So we have feedback from Aman. Section 269 SS squared off during the year. So if any of these accounts, 269 SS and 269 T, if any of these accounts is an unsecured loan, so you can directly, well, let us go in detail, let us see. It is showing Abhi Ramesh loan account has been squared off during the year. So that means a reporting issue has been brought. Okay. Few more people have joined us, so I'll ask the question to them also. Yeah. Okay. Now, so I more update, more feedback on. So one Aman has brought that amount account squared off, not used ledgers. I'll tell you a case on this, not used ledger. It's a learning case. I'll just share. See, sometime back we were doing this auto dealer audit. So basically internal audit. So we were doing it for a four-wheeler auto dealer, and it reasonably big auto dealer, 1,000 crores turnover they have. So they have a huge geographical spread uh, at multiple states like that. Then, but they were using Tally, okay, and they were able to manage it well on Tally. Now, see, all auto dealers, I'm basically on this point, not used ledgers, okay, and only balances, no transaction. These two we are learning, and the relevance of this for auditor as internal management auditor and for any statutory audit also. So I'm bringing the issue of as an internal management auditor, and then we'll talk about the stat audit. Okay. I've already told you each line can be discussed in thorough detail. We are all chartered accountants in practice. So we know the relevance of of all this data from practice side. Now, so what happened to that audit we were doing? So when we went for the first time, when in the month we started the audit, uh, I went to the company for the first time and then sat on their tally system. So I realized that it was working slow. So then trying to go to the root cause of the problem. So then we did some analysis and we found that, see what was happening, the company, a four-wheeler auto dealer, they were using a DMS, dealer management system, and they had created a interface where the entries in dealer management system, see, you all will know that all auto dealers use a dealer management system. That dealer management system is provided by the company for which the auto dealer is selling the vehicle. So if it is Maruti, DMS will be of Maruti, Hero, Honda, Bajaj, like that. So this company was dealing in four-wheelers of one of the manufacturers. So that manufacturer had provided a dealer management system to this auto dealer. At the end of the day, what they used to do, they used to capture all the transactions from the DMS directly into Tally, and they had created an interface. So all transaction will be auto captured in Tally. Now, what was happening that if there is one single four-wheeler sold during a day, see what happens, a single four-wheeler sold during the day, it generates at least 5 or 6 sales ledger. The vehicle, the accessories, the additional spares, the AMC, extended warranties, insurance, now RTO also. So 7, 8 sales transactions, sales ledgers are hit. In India, today also, and that time 5 years back also, a person who is buying a four-wheeler today, he or she is not going to buy the four-wheeler in next 3 or 5 years, probably sometime later. So what was happening that the company was, the interface was creating 8 ledgers for each sale transaction every year, and those ledger will remain in the books. At the end of the year, when you have data split, what was happening when you split data, the previous transaction is split on 31st March, masters remain. So we just reanalyzed, and I found that it was, the system was slow because old masters which are not used ledgers, only balance some 5 rupees, 10 rupee, 50, 100 rupee balances, no transaction during the year. So those masters had been in systems database, and they were slowing the tally for the company. So I was sitting with the MD of the company. I told him that I feel that you have something around 35,000 non-used ledgers. No, MD was shocked. 35,000 ledgers, how it is possible? Did you check it? Means I told him that based on our understanding, that is probably a good figure, not less than that. But then MD got furious, and he told the accounts person, just check it, how many not used ledgers and ledgers with no balances. When the final tally came, it was 1,10,000 ledgers. Now, see, that is how it is important. So I told the MD that just understand 1,10,000 ledgers means every report that you are generating in Tally, before Tally generates the report, it has to process these ledgers. So it is hitting on the efficiency, effectiveness of your person so high. So that is one aspect. Second is, we all have read that not used, not only balances transactions. These are indicative of further investigation, like realization. We have got this debtors and creditors confirmation concept. So as auditor, this will tell us that these balances need to be confirmed. In fact, in current year's tax audit, we actually have done our tax audit through this system that I am sharing with you, one of the tax audit that we have completed. And in that tax audit, because we used this system, we found that there was a bank account with only opening balance and no transaction. We talked to the owners of the company, and the owners told us that the bank account had been closed last year. Got the point? So this it is going to bring about. Then the last one, use only during the year. This is basically the transactions which are, so this can be a normal business transaction. There's a sales ledger. I sell the product to the customer, my service to the customer, receive the payment, but just I can just check whether it is valid or not. So these transactions more on the party side, we can just see. Now, when you go, so it asks you whether you want it to be valid. Have you verified? You say verified. You know what is happening? Can you tell what I'm doing here? When I'm verifying this and I have Tally is allowing me to make a comment. You know what documentation I'm creating? If anyone can ping me on this. What is this I'm creating? I'm basically creating audit documentation, which can be part of my peer review. This all can be printed out. So here, when you say verified, you can write the basis of verification based on what this verification has been completed. So each line you can value, evaluate, check the relevance of it for your audit purpose. We had a comment about debtors beyond 6 months. Yes, that is a separate report. It is going to come. That is already available in the system itself. We'll come to that also. Now I'm going through the gateway of Tally. So display more reports. Then if you look to the last part, verification, data analysis. Here we were. Then verification of stock items. Two stock items not verified. So you can put your verifications. Stock items sold only during the year. Verification of balances. Whether they have been verified. See, which standard I'm talking about? SA 500, 505, 510. So all your standards, you can just keep a note of it, put it here, generate the printouts, and your audit documentation, most of it will be completed through this process itself. We'll come to analytical procedures later on. Okay. Then our core focus is on using this for audits. Okay. We'll take analytical procedures, comment on that. Okay. Then, okay, let me ask a question to you. Sales order pending, a purchase order pending. Does it create a disclosure issue? You can validate old outstandings. You can ask the source of the outstanding, whether they are payable or whether they are receivable, the realizable value, confirmations, whether you need to seek confirmations. So all this you can do through this system itself. Again, very important, periodic payments and receipt. Let us see. I'm taking indirect expenses. Within this indirect expenses, I want to choose this one. Yeah. So I have to press space. Then it becomes, I have to say it's a periodic ledger. Yes. So it's a periodic ledger. Periodic ledger will mean that these payments are to be done monthly. So validation has to be done by you. So for all expenditures, you can do a classification and check whether that balances have been periodically, those accounts have been periodically debited or not. This you can do for multiple ledgers. Repeated transaction. Just look at this. It tells you the value and number of time this transaction has been done through this party or this ledger. Let us go to rent. Great. It is showing rent is there for 12 times. Perfect. The job is done. You have checked that rent is a periodical ledger and it is fixed. If just suppose, let us go down, let us see if we can find something. Yeah. Like this city auto finance, it must generate a query. It is saying that you have paid 17,621.27 for 11 times during the year. That means there are two possibilities. In the March, this must not have any balance, this ledger, or the finance must have started somewhere in the month of May. Let us check this ledger from this report we get. Okay. Now, previously what I had to do, I had to go to gateway of Tally and then display and ledgers. Now I don't need to do, I'll put it here, the name of the. So I want to show ledgers, ledger outstandings. Name the ledger, City Auto Finance. So it is there. Let us get the period. Yeah. Uh, there has to be a gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So one payment ideally, yeah. So yeah. So it's 11 because the transaction started in the month of April and your installment has started from the month of May. So this validation you have done. Why 11 installments? Because you started paying the first one from the month of May. The job is done. So this is how we can all do this data analysis. Again, go to we were here, repeated uh, transactions. Yeah. So this is how you can check it from here, repeated transactions and balances. Okay. Again, display going from the gateway of Tally. Yeah, we were here. Then enter cash withdrawals, deposits to bank, fixed asset analysis, opening balances, new purchases, depreciation debits. So everything is available. Yes, this again, see, this is actually what we did this year. So I'm sharing those because we have practically done it. Transactions on holidays. So they were, just check it. So cash sales on holiday. So see, basically what you need to do, you need to ensure that this is a valid transaction. So if my shop is open on Sunday, I can have cash sale on Sunday. So it's nothing wrong, but this requires validation. SBI loan on Sunday. Can you tell me, is there a possibility of getting SBI loan on Sunday? Let us see the ledger. SBI loan. Let us go there. So that will tell us the way we can all scrutinize this whole aspect. See, from here I am directly going now. So let us see. So we want ledger outstandings. Which ledger? SBI loans. Let us have the period to it. Oh, sorry. So On 15,000 cash loan received from SBI, it's a gone transaction. Sunday, it is impossible. You cannot receive a cash loan. See, what is the possibility that now, because you have fintech companies, you can get loans on your mobile. So you can get a loan on Sunday, but it can just not be on cash. That you can get. See the level of checking, the level of value it is going to create for you. And I pressed escape, so it brings me from where I started. So this is what. Okay, so there is a query, we'll answer that. Okay. Transaction on holidays. Then highest and lowest value transaction. This is again phenomenal. We'll take this along with analytical procedure, and then one that I want to tell you regarding the as a auditor, as a forensic auditor, you can try to capture something called as indications of fraud. So let us go to analytical procedures. So let us do group to ledger. Okay. So which I want to do, I want to have my sales accounts to my, say, advertisement expenditure or salary. Yeah. So telling me, I have not updated the previous year's company, but so it tells me what exactly is the percentage in terms of sales to. So I can create analytical procedures and I can do it directly for the whole. Let me share that with you. Group to group. So I want sales to my indirect expenses. So it tells me for the whole group, the whole expenditure analysis. I can upload the previous year's company and have a comparative analysis. So this all I can do, this all analysis I can do, and I can use it for my scrutiny purpose, documentation purpose. And this is going to fundamentally increase my uh, quality and the effort uh, in proportion to the quality of audit that I am going to do. It is going to save a lot of effort and improve my quality of output. That is analytical procedures. So I'm just giving you small hints. Kindly understand this can be a very detailed discussion. 1 hour is only telling you line, definition, and way of doing. Then details you all are chartered accountants in practice, so we can all learn. Okay. Then this highest and lowest value, and then we'll shift to the concept of getting indications of fraud. Let us see. This is phenomenal thing that has been brought. Just keep a tag of difference range. Now see, highest lowest value transaction. See, you have to see the range. AVT computers, 1 lakh and 5,000 rupees. It's a huge difference. So this account needs scrutiny. If you look to the difference range, percentage, huge. Ashok Financiers, this will tell you that there is something, that area of interest, key issues where the differences are very high, very sharp. So you need to go to these ledgers and do the scrutiny of these ledgers. And the ratio of highest and second highest. See, the previous one was in a ledger, the highest value transaction and the lowest value. Relative size factor is one of a fundamental. How many of you have done FAFD? Forensic analysis and fraud detection course. Just if anyone who has done, he or she can say yes. I'll not ask question, don't worry. How many of you have done FFD? Okay. So I presume none has done, but in one of the key things in forensic indicators is relative size. One of the ways, there are multiple tools. One of the tools is RSF, relative size factor. It is basically ratio of a accounting transaction in a ledger, the highest value and the second highest value. Just see the difference. If relative size factor is say more than 2, you, based on the nature of business it is, you define that, and then that need purchase courier charges. This requires checking. 28 as a difference of in purchase means the CA, he or she has to scrutinize it. He or she has to put effort into validating why the difference is so high. So relative size factor, this gives indication of more checking to be done, more scrutiny to be done by the auditor, chartered accountant, he, she may be internal management or concurrent auditor, as the case may be. Then one key feature that is voucher verification. Now, so where I came from, data analysis, voucher verification, to the nature of voucher, say, let us talk about payment. So I'll press space, it is selected. Now, if you look on the right side, there is a concept of sampling configuration. I'm clicking on that. So what voucher you want to select? Kindly do it through system. You will do a phenomenally good analysis of the like analytical procedure. The selection process is very, very good. In fact, just one I am sharing because I talked about FFD, Benford analysis. Let us do it. So I'm not defining Benford. I'll request you to review it later on. So what it has done, it has selected 55 vouchers based on Benford analysis. These vouchers I need to validate, payment vouchers, because they don't fit in definition of Benford. This is the variance it is giving, and the from the base where those vouchers have been selected. So there is a positive variance here. So you require those vouchers to be selected. So this is again a fraud indications. I mean, it indicates you need to review it. It indicates there may be some modifications, changes that you need to review about. That is just a brief introduction of what you can do for data analysis. Then I have been requested by Tally to show how you can do a remote audit. So now Tally has enhanced that capability further. Just as an example, some time back we had a client in Ghana, Africa. So we were doing the auditing from here itself. So we were using a capability provided in Tally. So I'm using the capability. I've already created a configuration to use it. So I'll do it for you. So the net connection has to be on. Then you go to company. So there's this connect. So what I'm doing, when I connect this company, it is asking which company to connect. So the one that I have opened. If you see the screen, you see the C. C means now this company is connected. Connected means now this is available for online or a browser access. Browser access means now this company can be accessed through my mobile phone. So let us do it. So I will be logging in from, I have created a password, a browser access password here. So let me log in through that password and then I'll show you online. So this can be, if I can do it from this, if this I can do from this system, so that means this access is available to at any system like that. So I'll just access that. Yeah, I got my password on my mobile, so I'll just put that password. So yeah. So now it is okay. So, okay, now let me stop sharing and let me share this screen with you. So this is that online. So I'll just escape, go back. Yeah. So when I logged in, so I have to log in from Tally Solutions. I'll open another window to show you where I logged in. I logged in. Yeah. So it is showing me at the right side that I am logged in from my user ID. Is it visible? If some Deepak, is it visible?
So right now we able to see that list of company on
Yes.
browser.
Yeah, it's here. So once I've logged in, so it tells me that which company you want to access online. So this company was allowed. Now I've accessed. So this gives me capability of accessing online anywhere. So my TallyPrime is open. Let us see. Yeah. So it is showing the cash balance 377,254. Okay. This is the cash balance it is showing. So what I'll do, I'll just do an entry in Prime. Let us do an entry. Let us play with this. So I'm making a payment voucher, cash payment of salary, say 10,000 rupees. Okay. The balance is 377. Let us see how it, so it is being paid to John. Okay. Paid. Let us go to our online company. Now we'll have to refresh. So let us go back. See, the cash balance is negative 387. You got the point? So this is absolutely phenomenal. And this feature you can means Deepak will have to have a very separate session on doing this audit online, because today's session is only this much. But later on, next session, if we continue, I'll tell you how you can online ticket as an auditor. So you can do this audit sitting in your office. COVID Corona has told us how to do online. This is giving you capability of doing online audit. Any queries on this one? Okay. So all these reports are available, which I can check online. And see, we all do internal management audit. We also do. And talking to the managing directors, owners, promoters, entrepreneurs of the company, these reports set right 90% plus their requirement of what they need to see on their mobile. See, for a small medium enterprise, the owner, he, she is everything. So if it comes on his or her mobile, it changes the business scenario, the way the decision making process. That is. So that then we want actually to do this online audit, but today session is not allowing us to do it. So that is, you can create online logins. I'll allow Deepak to brief on how you create this online access. I'll just log out from here.
One question came from Kushbu Kumari that can we enter data through mobile?
Okay, Deepak. Yeah.
So right now browser access has given you to open the reports only. So you can view your reports, but transaction
Entry is not there as of now.
Yeah, but using the remote access, the other way option where you would be able to access remote data on Tally itself, not browser, that is possible, where you can create the transaction, you can alter the transaction. What all things are allowed, all things you can do.
Yeah, Khushbu, adding to what Deepak has said, see, you need to understand the concept of access on browser and remote access. Access on browser is that I can access from my mobile. So browser access is giving me capability of viewing reports. That is one. Second aspect is doing remote access. So how you do remote access, I'll tell you, so that you are technical. So remote access has mandatorily to be done through Tally itself. If I made that point clear, Khushbu. So remote access will be done through Tally. And when I do a remote access by the same ID password through Tally, then I can enter voucher, delete voucher, do anything that user ID is allowed to do. I think that is clear, Deepak.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So remote access, you log in through Tally itself. That means remote access per se will be done through a laptop desktop on which Tally is installed, and then you log in through that. That will allow you capability of doing anything. The example I gave about the client in Ghana. So that client we used to do remotely from here in my town to their town or their location. So that was through Tally itself. We'll be doing remote access through Tally. We'll just bring that option for you. So just let me log out from browser access. I'll bring TallyPrime. So we are here. So again, for remote access, I'm just showing you, Khushbu, I'm disconnecting this company and how you create remote access. I'll just show you. So let me disconnect this. I've disconnected it. You see the C is gone. Now, if I want to remotely access it, this option is there in company remote access. As soon as I press remote access, it asks me through this. Deepak, this is the screen where I can remotely access.
Yes, sir. So you mean to ask that while the other side, you want to access the data, right?
Yes, yes.
While selecting the company, you have an option.
Okay.
In
Let
the
me shut the
company
company.
menu, when you select, there is an option, select remote company.
Okay. I need to open Prime now.
Yes, sir.
Just a moment.
So in the same TallyPrime, you can show that while selecting company, select company, you go to company menu and select,
Yes.
there will be an option.
Select remote company. This one.
So please share your screen, sir.
Oh, sorry, Deepak. Sorry. Just a moment. Yeah, now it is visible. Deepak, screen is visible
Yes, sir.
now. Yeah. So select remote company.
Yes, correct. Select remote company, and here you need to enter your net ID password. The
Let me
tally.
do. We have created a company in our office. So let us see how it shows. So this is user ID and I am entering the password. Incorrect. So it is giving me an error. So let us do the previous one, which we connected.
Sir,
Incorrect.
net ID is case sensitive, so you are
Okay, okay.
entering.
So, but you can connect through this one. Okay. So here you create. So Khushbu, from this remote access, when you log in, so this login is basically through Tally, so that all Tally features will be available remotely also. That is. The only requirement is the company to which you are connecting remotely, that must be connected. That C command that we just show you. Yeah, this company has to be connected at the server end or the main head office end, like that. So that is we wanted to share. Means there is lot and lot that is not shared, that is there, but time is restricted. We can have, I think, Deepak, what means you could just give your feedback point that on this one, because doing Tally audit remotely itself is a whole session, because you create user rights, and based on that user rights, how you ensure the Tally audit remotely is done. We have only given an introduction to the members, attending members, how this capabilities of TallyPrime can be used for Tally audit. So please do your feedback. We have a query pending by Aman regarding if debtors is not bill to bill, then how you create a aging.
No, in that way, we'll not be able to do.
Okay.
Because Tally will can only track when you set it against that invoice.
Okay.
If you keep all transactions on account, then Tally would not be able to say that which particular amount you have adjusted with against which bill invoice.
Okay. 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 So that does the job. I'll request members to just give a feedback on what next session could be. Can we enter data through mobile? Yes, we've answered that Khushbu's query. Okay. So do give your feedback. I'm sharing Deepak's mail ID and mine also. So any feedback you have, please do share that. Cost. Deepak, you have to answer this.
So, Amanji, if you are already a user of Tally ERP9, if you can confirm you are using Tally ERP9 existing license.
Aman, are you using the Tally ERP9 existing license? Suppose he's using Deepak, then
So if you're using and if you have valid subscription for the existing license, then you had to pay nothing. You just need to download the Tally ERP9 Tally Prime from the Tally's website, and you just need to reactivate it.
okay. So that means if my license is valid, then I need not pay anything to convert it to TallyPrime till the end of my current license. That is the issue, Deepak.
Yes, correct. Not
And if not, if the
yes,
license is not there,
existing
then
version, whichever the last period of your subscription, till
hmm.
then that update you can use your lifetime.
Okay,
That's how
okay.
it works. And if you're not, so Aman has replied, and if not,
Hmm.
so does it related to you're not a user of Tally or you do not have subscription valid? So if you do not have a Tally right now and you are a chartered accountant, then you can apply on Tally's website to buy a auditor license, which depends on the MOU signed with Tally. So if you have registered prior to 1st January 2018, then it would be 50% of the discount. And if it is post that, then it would be on 80% discount. And if you have already Tally license and your subscription is not valid, then you can renew your license paying the 50% price, that is at the discount of 50%, which is roughly 5,400 plus GST.
Okay, okay. So I think that answers Aman's query. Kindly do give feedback. You can give on mail. You can just give on chat. The the next session, if we plan which area you want us to cover, because 1 hour, this is basic introduction to Tally audit features. So this is not going. This just give us idea. See, we are all chartered accountants. We learn much better on our own also. So this gives you a direction that this is the way you can proceed. So thanks to all of you for being here, and thank you, Deepak, and thanks to Tally. You can send your feedback also to the mail ID shared with you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So I mean, Deepak, we are closing it.
Yes, sir. I'm
Okay.
going to just end. Yes.